ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
A Bar Harbor man is dead after a freak accident. Coming up, we'll explain. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Farley. Also, the Penobscot County Grand Jury has made several new indictments, including a man accused of attacking a Bangor police officer with a knife. And there's a shortage of rental housing all over the country, but one business in Bar Harbor has taken things into their own hands. We'll explain along with the rest of our stories. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Friday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. All right, there was some fog developing earlier this morning near the Bar Harbor area. Other areas, though, noticing a little bit as well near Rockland earlier on, but now things are starting to look pretty good for everyone else. But we are watching a few showers that are going to be developing from the southwest to the north and east. We're already seeing some this morning developing a little bit earlier than expected, but you get the general idea. We're still going to be watching for showers and storms today, not only to the south, but to the north as well. So we're going to be watching a line of showers and storms moving in. And later this afternoon, some of those could pack a little bit of a punch with some gusty winds and maybe a little bit of hail as well. So Futurecast watches this moving in from the west to the east. Then once we get this through, things will begin to clear out, but here we are. More fog will soon be on the way yet again. As for the winds, maybe a few gusty winds up to around 15 miles per hour, except higher gusts maybe during the thunderstorms, but otherwise things will begin to calm down later on tonight. So for today, though, we're already seeing showers and thunderstorms. We'll keep that going with temperatures in the mid-70s, along with the increasing clouds and the afternoon chances as well. Southwest wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 50s, some thunderstorms early, the dense fog afterward, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, middle 70s, partly cloudy, north wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, chances for showers and thunderstorms, temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. A Bar Harbor man is dead after police say he was run over by his own van. Bar Harbor police say it happened around 4 p.m. Thursday. They say an emergency response was made to the area of 15 Eagle Lake Road in Bar Harbor for a report of a pedestrian that was hit by a vehicle. It was later determined that 50-year-old Alexei Esvikov of Florida and Bar Harbor had been operating a 2004 Nissan van on Cross Street and had possibly had a vehicle malfunction. Police say he left the van in neutral and exited the vehicle when it rolled backwards and ran over him, causing fatal injuries. Bar Harbor and Mount Desert Island police were assisted by Bar Harbor Fire Department and the Ellsworth Police Department. Investigators have released the name of the man found dead in a Presque Isle home with a pipe bomb inside. The state medical examiner's office identified the man as William Anderson of Brewer. His death is still under investigation. The Presque Isle Police Department got a call about a deceased man at 17 Parsons Street last Thursday. Police say when they arrived, they found Anderson dead in a handmade pipe bomb. They closed down the road. The bomb squad retrieved the pipe bomb and deactivated it. State fire marshals investigators have determined the pipe bomb belonged to Anderson. The Penobscot County Grand Jury indicted a Bangor man accused of cutting a Bangor police officer with a knife. 41-year-old Montorio Calhoun was indicted for assault on an officer. Bangor police officers encountered Calhoun during a traffic stop earlier this month and recognized him from a previous traffic stop he had allegedly fled from. Police say Calhoun allegedly started to fight the two officers and had a knife. He also allegedly attempted to remove one of the officers' guns from its holster. One officer suffered a laceration on his arm during that struggle. The grand jury also indicted 31-year-old Stephen Hunt of Bangor in connection with a stabbing at 101 3rd Street. One person suffered severe injuries from that incident. Hunt allegedly fled the scene prior to officers arriving. He was indicted on charges of elevated aggravated assault and domestic violence assault. And the grand jury indicted 61-year-old Tammy Lee of Enfield in connection with a large drug bust at her home. Police arrested 6 people and seized more than half a pound of suspected fentanyl, as well as approximately $1,000 in suspected drug proceeds. Police say the fentanyl had a street value of $40,000. Lee was indicted for aggravated trafficking in scheduled drugs. The Republican National Committee hosted a grand opening Thursday in Bangor. Maine's 2nd Congressional District candidate Bruce Poliquin and RNC opened a new Victory office on Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. During the event, Poliquin talked about his goals should he win this November.
We need to bring Maine common sense back to Washington. Maine common sense. There's nothing like it, and there's not enough down there.
According to the Secretary of State's website, in order to be counted, absentee ballots must be received by the municipal clerk no later than 8 p.m. on Election Day. The election takes place Tuesday, November 3rd. Coming up, the Maine Warden Service has secured extra funding to strengthen search efforts, and it's making a change that's been 50 years in the making. We'll explain next.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint chip with a rich fudgy swirl, Maine Sweet Blueberry with real delicious blueberries, and Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery, from Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Hi, my name is Terry Smith, or Dr. T. I'm president of New England Bible College and Seminary. We're located in Bangor and South Portland. We prepare people for God's call on their lives. We want them to know Jesus. We believe he's more than a man, because that would make him just a liar or a lunatic. We believe he is God. So if you want more information, give us a call at 947-1665 or visit us at nebc.edu.
You want to learn more about God, about the Bible, this is a good opportunity for you to come and learn. God bless you.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub, now open. Experience outdoor dining at its finest 7 days a week with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family, friends, business partners, or that special someone. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first all over again.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
Affordable housing is in short supply on Mount Desert Island. One employer is taking matters into their own hands.
The number one issue everybody had is affordable housing, whether it's to buy a house or to rent an apartment. There just isn't enough on MDI. And so that was the driving force.
It took a year of planning and another year of construction, but the Jackson Lab is celebrating the ribbon cutting on their own workforce housing in Bar Harbor.
We have 1,500 employees who work here in Maine. And so in order to advance our mission of curing disease and helping human health, we also have to make it easier, healthier for our employees to live nearby.
Officials say, like many employers, the lab has had trouble attracting workers to the area, but not because of the jobs, but because they can't find a place to live.
Well, I think what we're seeing is that need for collaboration and a recognition from employers that housing is critical if they're going to be able to recruit people to come to their areas.
The 24 apartment units are just across the street from the lab. They are priced at market rates and were awarded by lottery.
As someone who was born and raised in Bar Harbor, it was very disheartening to see how difficult it was to find housing as a local to the area. I was looking as far as an hour commute just to try to find a place.
Advocates for passenger rail service between Auburn and Portland have presented their proposal to a Maine Department of Transportation advisory panel. The proposed route would follow the idled St. Lawrence Atlantic line, which extends north from Portland to Montreal. The Maine Rail Transit Coalition proposed using electric-powered locomotives using the existing rails for the Grand Trunk Flyer. For now, the only regularly scheduled rail service in Maine is Amtrak's Downeaster, which travels between Brunswick and Boston. This plan comes against a backdrop of rail expansion nationwide. The Maine Warden Service has secured extra funding to strengthen search efforts. A.J. Douglas has the story.
Wandering is a very serious and it's a very common and it's a very dangerous problem that affects individuals with cognitive disorders such as dementia-related illnesses. Among people living with dementia, about 6 in 10 will wander at some point in their lifetime.
That concerning statistic is why the Alzheimer's Foundation of America will award the Maine Warden Service a $6,000 grant, which will allow the Public Service Agency to purchase transmitters and receivers for their Project Lifesaver program. The program provides technology to families caring for loved ones suffering from dementia-related illnesses. Miranda Carver's father wandered from home 1 week after being diagnosed with dementia.
I wish that we would have gotten his diagnosis earlier. Had we known, we could have been there or taken steps to know where he was, given him a medical bracelet so that if something had happened, we'd be able to track him.
Game Warden Lieutenant Aaron Cross says every search is different and decisions are made depending on the circumstances surrounding the search.
We factor everything in from, geography to the weather conditions, people's mental capacity, age. Those factors kind of help us make a decision on how we're going to proceed.
Cross says law enforcement uses an internal notification system and silver alerts to communicate to other states concerning missing persons. Carver says she and her family are not sure where to turn next.
We don't know where else to go as far as what we can do as a family.
Those with a friend or loved one experiencing Alzheimer's or dementia-related illnesses can call the Alzheimer's Foundation of America's helpline by dialing 866-232-8484 or log on to alzfnd.org. A.J. Douglas, ABC7, Fox 22.
With Friday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
Mortgage rates on 30-year loans are up to 5.5% this week, doubling the rates from a year ago. Starbucks is accused of breaking U.S. labor law. The National Labor Relations Board in Seattle has filed a complaint saying the coffee giant has withheld pay hikes and other benefits from stores where workers have voted to unionize. More than 200 Starbucks stores have voted in the last year. With inflation pushing shoppers away from some discretionary spending, retailers like Abercrombie & Fitch, Gap, and Victoria's Secret have all reported declining sales in the most recent quarter, lowering their sales targets for the year. And SpaceX and T-Mobile are teaming up to promote cell phone service in remote areas. SpaceX Starlink satellites will be used to connect T-Mobile customers where there's no service. I'm Leo Jonathan with Friday's Business on ABC7.
Old Town has launched a fleet of electric scooters for its community members. Devin Dagno has more.
On Tuesday, the city of Old Town became the first community in Maine to have bird scooters. Director of Economic and Community Development, E.J. Roach, says that the partnership with Bird Scooters was made to improve the lives of community members, but also to attract others to the area.
Give people an opportunity to perhaps visit Old Town and try out the scooters because we were the first community to do so. It makes it a little easier for people to get in and around town. You don't necessarily have to drive and park. And if you want to visit one end of downtown and go see the other, you can jump on a scooter and quickly get there.
The scooters can be paid for and located through the Bird Scooter app.
Riding a Bird Scooter is as easy as opening up the Bird Scooter app, locating a scooter, and then scanning the QR code. And then once that's done, you're ready to go.
If you would like to ride the scooters outside of Old Town, unfortunately, you're out of luck. The scooters are set to only work within the borders of the town and will come to a stop if taken beyond that. However, Roach says that there are talks of expanding the scooters location to include Orono and the UMaine campus. He also says the new scooters are eco-friendly and fun but people should remain aware of their safety when riding them.
We want people to be safe and be mindful of other people walking and biking and driving in the community. We want you to not use them on sidewalks, encourage them to use them in the street as you would a bicycle.
In Old Town, I'm Devin Dagnalt, reporting for ABC 7, Fox 22.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, a major $2 million project has been completed at the University of Maine in Bangor. And when we return, we'll tell you all about it. That's next. We'll be right back.
Caswell's Grocery Liquidation, where you shop first. Shop local. Great savings and selection. It's worth the trip. You won't be disappointed.
Your dollar goes a long, 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 long way at Caswell.
When Ryan White of Hartley's in Newport wants to know his weather, he logs on to foxbangor.com. Ryan has been with Hartley's for 3 years, and he looks to make your buying experience fast, fun, and easy, and with multiple repeat customers, it's fair to say you won't be disappointed.
In life, many things matter. Black lives matter. Asian and Caucasian lives matter. Police officers and firefighters matter. Youngsters and senior citizen lives matter. Think about it. Every life matters. And it all begins, first in Maine and everywhere, when the protection of the unborn matters.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. With new cars arriving daily, now's the time to get in and get away. Lease an all-wheel drive Hyundai Santa Fe for $289 a month or get up to $500 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Mainly Pizza is not just pizza. They have grocery items, baked goods, breakfast sandwiches, and subs. They also have freshly baked desserts and ice cream, all in a family atmosphere. A visit to Mainly Pizza is worth the drive.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC.
An alert has been issued for a ready-to-eat chicken product due to possible contamination. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service has issued a public health alert for Perdue chicken breast tenders. The frozen and gluten-free tenders may be contaminated with small pieces of clear plastic and blue dye. The 42-ounce size product is in plastic bags with Perdue chicken breast tenders gluten-free on the front. The lot number 2193 is above the best used date. Consumers should discard the product or return it to where they bought it. Many children each year are diagnosed with autism. A new study shows early interventions can improve behavioral and developmental skills in these children. With more, here's ABC's M. Wynn.
Researchers at Duke University carried out a review on early interventions with children on the autism spectrum or those at high risk of having autism. The review looked at 63 total studies done from 2009 to 2020 of children less than 36 months. When children had earlier interventions on behavioral modifications or developmental training, there were better outcomes long term. These interventions included one-on-one instruction, reciprocal imitation training, and video behavioral modeling. The children that received these interventions had improvement of their communication skills, adaptive behaviors, and social interactions. Early interventions after diagnosis for children on the autism spectrum or those at high risk may be the key to lifelong benefits for those affected. With this Medical Minute, I am M. Wynn.
A major $2 million project is now complete at Husson University. Joe Cortez has the story.
7 new modern science laboratories are officially open at Husson University.
These facilities are part of the reason why Husson University is recognized as a leading educator in the state of Maine for healthcare professionals.
Over 75% of the university's graduates stay in the state of Maine, and right now 1/3 of students are enrolled in a health-related field.
We actually provide more healthcare professionals for the Maine healthcare community than any other institution in the state.
The new labs will give students a tailored experience to help them in their post-college careers. According to John Roman, a graduate from the class of '77, in just 3 years, it's projected Maine will be short 1,450 registered nurses.
From these very laboratories will come the future nurses, the doctors that our state needs to take care of our aging population.
Husson students will be using the same type of equipment found in professional medical facilities. These new laboratories will give graduates a better opportunity to begin their careers with biotechnology and pharmaceutical companies, hospitals, and other science-related corporations.
That hands-on experience, especially that human experience, is really important for students to make connections, not just treat people biologically and chemically, but to make a connection to help them understand their treatment course and to learn with all the new technology about the different things that are going on in the human body. We have lots to learn today about what's going on. So.
And for Carla Rodriguez, she sees it as a major boost in her final steps in becoming a surgeon.
I think it's awesome. It makes me really excited about everything because it's like the best new equipment. It prepares us for our future and makes us feel more confident in ourselves.
In Bangor, I'm Joe Cortez for ABC7 and Fox 22.
When we return, Devin Biggs will have your 5-day forecast.
How much does it cost you to use an ATM? How does $0 sound? Get cash and forget the surcharge fees with Maine Credit Union's Surf ATM network. Find over 250 surcharge-free ATMs at mainecreditunions.org.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
Last year, I cracked Biden's aggressive spending agenda. Now, I'm delivering on common sense reforms that are good for America, like lowering prescription drug prices for thousands of Maine seniors, preventing healthcare costs from spiking on working families, and opening up oil and gas production to lower fuel costs, while reducing the deficit by hundreds of billions of dollars. I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because Maine common sense is back on the table in Washington.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Finding a surcharge-free ATM just got easier. Maine Credit Unions have the largest surcharge-free ATM network in Maine with over 250 locations. Save money today. Surf ATMs at mainecreditunions.org.
No matter how long your to-do list is this weekend, do yourself a favor and start your day off with a homemade coffee cake, hot from the oven. And if you're thinking, there's no way I'll have time for that, just wait until you see how easy it comes together. We start with one of my favorite supermarket shortcuts, a package of refrigerated buttermilk biscuits. We cut each biscuit into 6 pieces. After placing them in a bowl, we generously coat them with melted butter. Easy enough so far. Now for the wow factor. In a bowl, we combine some brown sugar, chocolate chips, chopped walnuts, and a bit of cinnamon. This gets tossed with the dough. Then we place it in a cake pan and bake it off. By the time we put on a pot of coffee and whip together our 2-ingredient glaze, it's done in Don't even think about grabbing a knife to cut this, because it's designed to be pulled apart one buttery piece at a time. To get the recipe for our pull-apart coffee cake, just head over to our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with Kelly, where today we found a hot from the oven way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Excellent.
The 2023 Maine Teacher of the Year state finalists have been chosen. Heather Anderson teaches 8th grade social studies and English at Caribou Community School. Matthew Bernstein is a social studies teacher at Casco Bay High School in Portland. Ashley Bryant teaches math, writing, and science to 4th graders in Hiram. And Emily Albee is a social studies teacher working with grades 9 through 12 at Hamden Academy. One of the 4 will be named 2023 Maine Teacher of the Year in October. A statement says Maine's Teacher of the Year serves as an advocate for teaching profession, Maine schools, and students, and represents Maine in the National Teacher of the Year program. Each educator was nominated by a member of their community for their exemplary service in education and dedication to their students. Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin, please tell us things improve by tomorrow.
Alrighty, Susan, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Some fog in parts of Bar Harbor and Rockland earlier this morning, as we saw on the visibility here, but now everyone else looking pretty good. We're also watching some showers and storms already developing a little bit earlier than anticipated this morning, tracking from the southwest to the north and east. I know one of our models with the hourly forecast picked up on it. I wasn't very sure, but it was correct with the chances for showers and storms, and we're just getting started with that. There'll be afternoon chances as well as clouds continue to move in, and maybe some of those storms packing a little bit of a punch, and I'll explain why coming up soon. High pressure will stay to our south as this area of low pressure right about in here, and also right here will be influencing our weather later on today and even into parts of tonight before things begin to calm down. New drought monitor came in. We're still in drought, but some improvement in some areas though, so that's the good news. The drought's starting to get shaved back a little bit, but any rain we get today will definitely help things out. Wave heights are starting to increase just a little bit at around 2 to 3 feet. No small craft advisory is in effect at this point though, but the water temperatures remaining stable as well. In the 60s, a little bit warmer down toward the south though. Temperatures will help to keep these stable moving forward. But otherwise though, our average high is 78 degrees. We'll be in the middle 70s today and also tomorrow. Lower 80s Sunday and a Monday, middle 80s Tuesday, cooling off into the 70s by Wednesday and also into your Thursday. Higher dew points will be on the way, so it's going to feel humid again soon. Still feeling like summer around here with dew points that are in the 60s. Will fall back Saturday and even in parts of Sunday before you rise back up by Monday into the middle 60s, and we'll keep that going moving forward by Tuesday and even into parts of Wednesday. So futurecast moving forward though, we're watching for showers and thunderstorms that will be possible. We'll push this through by around 4 to 5 p.m. on top of the morning rounds we already saw in any other rounds that do develop. Some of the storms this afternoon could pack a punch with some gusty winds, a little bit of hail, and things clear out later on tonight with areas of fog that will also be possible too, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. Then becoming partly cloudy on Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful day later on once we get all this out of here. Otherwise though, here's the storm chances. It's a marginal risk, so we're talking gusty winds and a little bit of hail that's possible here with any of the storms that develop later this afternoon, so we'll make sure to keep an eye on that. Any additional rainfall? Good news, rainfall on the way though, with up to 3/4 of an inch possible for a few areas. So any rainfall that we do see will definitely help things out. So your forecast for today, middle 70s, increasing clouds. We're already seeing some showers and storms. We'll keep that going this afternoon with that southwest wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 50s, some thunderstorms early, then becoming mostly clear in a few areas with areas of dense fog also, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, middle 70s, partly cloudy, north wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your Scott's Recreation extended forecast. A lot of sunshine on Sunday, highs in the low 80s, lower 80s for your Monday under a mostly cloudy sky. Now, a slight chance for rain showers on Tuesday, highs in the mid 80s.
And returning. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great weekend.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
You're watching ABC.